Arsenal fans, this could be the defining week of the Gunners' summer transfer window. Reports from multiple outlets suggest Mikel Arteta and Andrea Berta are working simultaneously on 3 blockbuster transfer situations that could completely reshape Arsenal's squad. First, Arsenal are reported to have reached a breakthrough in negotiations with Newcastle United for Bruno Guimarães. Second, the club are said to have launched a major attempt to hijack Liverpool's move for Paris Saint-Germain winger Bradley Barcola. And perhaps most intriguingly of all, fresh reports continue to link Arsenal with Real Madrid superstar Vinícius Júnior, a player who would instantly become one of the biggest signings in Premier League history if a deal were ever completed. Let's start with Bruno Guimarães, because this remains Arsenal's most advanced reported move. According to reports, Arsenal have agreed a deal with Newcastle United worth around £75 million, plus a further £5 million in performance-related add-ons. Personal terms are also reported to have been agreed, with the Brazilian midfielder expected to undergo a medical once the remaining formalities are completed. While Arsenal have yet to officially announce the transfer, optimism is growing that one of the Premier League's best midfielders could soon be wearing the famous red and white shirt. Arteta has admired Bruno for several seasons. His ability to dictate play, press aggressively, recover possession and create chances makes him one of Europe's most complete midfielders. Arsenal believe adding a player of his experience and leadership would immediately strengthen a squad that has come close to winning the Premier League in recent years. Supporters have long wanted another elite midfielder alongside Declan Rice and Martin Ødegaard, and Bruno appears to fit that vision perfectly. Should the move be completed, Arsenal would arguably possess one of the strongest midfield trios in world football. Rice's defensive dominance, Ødegaard's creativity and Bruno's all-around quality would give Arteta tactical flexibility against every type of opponent. It is exactly the kind of midfield capable of competing for both the Premier League title and the UEFA Champions League. However, Arsenal's ambitions reportedly do not stop there. Reports suggest the Gunners have submitted an official offer worth more than €80 million to Paris Saint-Germain for Bradley Barcola. Liverpool remains strongly interested in the French international, but Arsenal reportedly believe the race is far from over. Discussions between Arsenal and PSG are said to be continuing, while personal terms are not believed to represent a significant obstacle. Barcola has emerged as one of Europe's most exciting young attackers, thanks to his explosive pace, exceptional dribbling and growing maturity in the final third. Arteta reportedly views him as a player capable of developing into one of the Premier League's elite wingers. Arsenal's coaching staff also believe his versatility would provide competition across multiple attacking positions while easing some of the workload currently carried by Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. One of the biggest reasons Arsenal remain confident is Arteta's reputation for developing young stars. Players such as Bukayo Saka, William Saliba and Martin Ødegaard have all flourished under his guidance, and Arsenal reportedly believe that project could be a decisive factor if Barcola has to choose between North London and Anfield. Now, for perhaps the most fascinating story involving Arsenal this summer, Vinícius Júnior. Reports linking Arsenal with the Real Madrid superstar continue to circulate, although there has been no official confirmation that negotiations between the clubs are taking place. The speculation largely stems from uncertainty surrounding the Brazilian's long-term contract situation at Real Madrid. Recent reports suggest Vinícius has yet to sign a new long-term contract, leading several European clubs to closely monitor developments. Arsenal are among the clubs that have reportedly been credited with interest should an unexpected opportunity arise. However, Real Madrid continue to regard him as one of the world's best players, meaning any potential transfer would almost certainly require a record-breaking fee. Even if a deal proves difficult, Arsenal's reported interest demonstrates the level at which the club are now operating. Rather than targeting only promising young players, the Gunners are increasingly being linked with genuine global superstars. It reflects the progress Arteta has made in transforming Arsenal into one of Europe's most attractive destinations. Imagine an Arsenal attack featuring Bukayo Saka on one wing, Vinícius Júnior on the other, and Kai Havertz leading the line, with Martin Ødegaard supplying creativity from midfield. It would undoubtedly rank among the most dangerous attacking units in European football. Whether such a move becomes realistic remains to be seen, but the very fact Arsenal are being linked with players of Vinícius's caliber shows how far the club has progressed. Financially, these reported pursuits underline Arsenal's determination to compete with Europe's biggest clubs. Bruno Guimarães, Bradley Barcola and Vinícius Júnior would each represent major investments, but Arsenal appear determined to continue strengthening a squad capable of challenging for every major trophy. As always during the transfer window, supporters should remember that reported agreements and bids are not official until confirmed by the clubs involved. Negotiations can change quickly, and unexpected twists are common. Nevertheless, Arsenal appear to be positioning themselves for an exciting finish to the transfer window. So Gunners, which signing excites you the most? Bruno Guimarães to dominate the midfield? Bradley Barcola to add another explosive attacking option? Or would you dream of Arsenal somehow pulling off the biggest transfer shock of the summer by signing Vinícius Júnior? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for all the latest Arsenal transfer news as the summer window continues to unfold. Arteta has always demanded versatility and intensity from his attackers, and Vinícius perfectly matches that style. Beyond his incredible technical ability, he works relentlessly off the ball and constantly attacks defenders one-on-one. Another major factor is Arsenal's growing reputation among elite players. The club has returned to the Champions League, consistently challenges for the Premier League title, and now possesses one of the youngest and most exciting squads in Europe. That makes Arsenal a much more attractive destination than they were just a few years ago. The combination of Bruno Guimarães and Vinícius Júnior would represent a statement to the football world. Arsenal would not simply be strengthening the squad, they would be announcing themselves as one of Europe's true superpowers. Supporters have waited years to see Arsenal compete for players of this calibre. These are not prospects for the future, they are already among the very best in their positions. Financially, these deals would require enormous investment, but Arsenal's owners have shown increasing willingness to support Arteta when the right opportunities emerge. The club understands that elite players command elite prices, and winning the biggest trophies demands bold decisions. From a tactical perspective, Bruno and Vinícius would solve two key objectives. Bruno would strengthen midfield control and defensive transitions, while Vinícius would provide world-class attacking quality capable of deciding the biggest matches. Imagine Arsenal lining up with David Raya in goal, a settled defence, Declan Rice and Bruno Guimarães controlling midfield, Martin Ødegaard pulling the strings, Bukayo Saka on one wing and Vinícius Júnior on the other. That is a team capable of challenging anyone in Europe. Competition within the squad would also reach another level. Every training session would become more intense, every position would be fiercely contested, and standards across the club would continue to rise. That environment often separates title-winning teams from nearly teams. For Arteta, this summer could define his project. After years of carefully rebuilding Arsenal, the next stage is assembling a squad capable of consistently winning Premier League and Champions League trophies. Bruno Guimarães and Vinícius Júnior represent exactly the calibre of player needed to make that leap. However, Arsenal supporters should remain patient. Football transfers can change quickly, and negotiations involving players of this stature are rarely straightforward. Until official announcements arrive, these reports should be treated as developing transfer stories rather than completed deals. Still, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Arsenal are no longer thinking like outsiders. They are behaving like a club determined to compete with the very biggest teams in world football. Whether it's pursuing one of the Premier League's finest midfielders or dreaming of signing one of Real Madrid's biggest stars, the ambition is unmistakable. The coming days and weeks could be absolutely massive for Arsenal Football Club, and every Gunners supporter will be watching closely for the next major update.